My background is suck, and I want it to be better. Let me introduce you. Ruo Bilibili is a digital artist with stunning background style. Seeing his perfect work, I wonder what secret he was hiding to get this kind of result. So I spent a whole day to find out and learn about his work on Twitter and Bilibili, and this is what I got. I found his XPPen video on Bilibili, and after watching it, it turns out there are a lot of secrets and new knowledge for me to improve my background. I also discovered that Ruo doesn't actually draw the background. Instead, he used 3D software to design the background, then import the result to Photoshop. I feel both enlightened and disappointed, but whatever. I just need to learn 3D modeling, which is very disgusting for me. And based on this XPPen video, Ruo used some steps that are quite complicated for me to understand, but I will try my best to explain it during my coloring process. I was quite confident with what I got through the XPPen video, so my friend Bob told me to just give it a try. Like Ruo did, I had to create the background first in 3D software, and I chose Blender since I didn't know what kind of software that he used, and also because I had some basic in Blender. Start with the cube and... just like that, we're done. I import the result to my laptop and the problems start to appear. As you know, I am a phone digital artist and all I have is this touchpad. So I start to get depressed, lose hope, and give up. But everything changed since I got an email from our buddy. Let me introduce you the newest pen tablet from XPPen, the Deco 640. With upgraded pen technology, give you better experience. It has 170 grams weight and 7.7mm thickness. It also has a customizable shortcuts key allows for quick access. Inside the box is not only the pen tablet. There are also some items underneath which are USB-C to A cable, the stylus, USB adapter, nib extractor, and 10 pen nibs. The pen has 2 buttons which are also customizable. The texture is so soft and comfortable to use. The tablet also ideal for games like Osu and can also be used for 3D modeling. For example here, I use it to improve my drawing process on my laptop, and the tablet also has its own driver available in XPPen website. By installing it, allows you to set shortcuts for the tablet and pen, as well as adjust the pen pressure. If you are interested, you can find more information in description. Okay, back to the topic. I start by coloring the sky with contrasting color because that's what Ruo does in almost all of his illustrations. Continue with the sketch and rough line art. For coloring, Ruo changed all layer to grayscale, then color it with a rough color, so I tried to do the same even though I don't know why. After everything is done, here's the interesting part. He put all the color layers into a folder, then add a layer with multiple blending on top of it, then color it with a light low saturation color, and the last followed by a new color dots layer on top of it for areas exposed to light. Not only that, to make the colors stand out more, he adjusts them with a tone curve. Then for the shadow, he added a darker color under the light, and also a more contrasting color in some areas exposed to light. Then when everything is done, the help parts begins. Render. In short, we will add a new layer on top of all layers and start working on it. It's quite complicated, but I will explain it as detailed as possible. Start with the face. As you can see in almost all of his works, the color of the face is quite unique for me. It has low saturation on top and higher saturation on the bottom. It also has some thin airbrush effect around it. Then I clean up the hair a bit and also a bit of detail. And I think I know how she colors the hair so it doesn't look too monotone and boring. Just look at some of her works. There will always be areas that are exposed to light. Not only that, she used various colors with the different saturation for the hair. So I also did the same thing, and I got a result like this. From here, I learned that instead of choosing colors that are already on the canvas using eyedropper, why don't we try different colors and just use the color palette? And I also used the same method for the dress and ears, and it gave me a completely better result. I also realized that the difference between the colors of the light and the colors of the shadow is so different. I believe that Ruo did it for more dramatic and interesting color. I continued the rendering until here. Look at this part. I have tried 1,000 ways to fill this empty area, but all of them look bad and not Ruo at all. So I came up with a better idea, but it's feel like cheating idea, but it's still Ruo enough, so I think it doesn't really matter. Which is by adding some additional elements like Ruo does in almost all of his works. Start with sketch, color, and directly render. I think it's too cute and not Ruo at all. Yeah, I think this is better. And I thought we were almost done, but everything changed when I realized the building was so bad. I keep wondering what is the difference between mine and his, and my friend Bob told me that the biggest difference is the color and the dimensions, and I feel enlightened by realizing that the background looks more 2D than mine, which is still look 3D and trash. So I use gradient map to narrow the shadow and lights. Then I color it with another color. Then I use tone curve to adjust it. I think this is better than before, so I use the same method for the other buildings. Everything looks okay, so I continue the rendering step and clean everything up. I feel like we're done, but I also feel like something missing. So I asked Bob's friend, and Steve told me that my work is lacking of yellow elements, realizing that some of Ruo's works have very strong yellow color. I agree with Steve, so I add a color balance layer and set the yellow level to -25. And finally we're done. But the point is, if you want to get a result like Ruo, I believe that hard work and consistency over years will bring you to same level or even above the artist that you admire. I have also converted all of things about Ruo in this video into PDF, so you can learn more and grow more. Feel free to ask in the comment if there's anything that you don't understand, and if you find this video useful for your art journey, you can support me by like and subscribe. See you in the next video.